For the first time, Wubin allowed himself to confess what weighed on him most. He admitted that he often felt as though everyone else had their lives together while he was still wandering in circles. People kept telling him that good things would come his way because he was a good person, but it didn't feel that way. He said he wasn't jealous of his friend, but seeing him so happy, so complete, made his heart ache in ways he couldn't express. He wondered when it would be his turn to feel that kind of fulfillment, to have a love he could hold on to without fear. He tried to laugh it off, saying maybe he had brought this fate on himself by pushing people away and building walls around his heart for so long. He asked her if that made him a bad person for feeling such envy, especially toward someone he genuinely cared for. Kim comforted him, telling him he wasn't a bad person at all, just human. She reminded him that everyone carried feelings like that, whether they admitted it or not. She reassured him that good things eventually found good people, just as bad things eventually caught up with bad people. She joked about her own fate catching up with her, making him laugh through the heavy silence. She urged him to relax and trust that what he was searching for might be much closer than he realized, waiting for the right time to find him. Wubin thanked her quietly for her comfort and sincerity. Kim told him she had to go, but reminded him again to keep her secret safe. She told him he could always reach out to her through the secure line if he ever needed anything. After she hung up, Wubin stayed there in his car, his heart feeling lighter than it had in years. Knowing Kim was alive and well lifted a burden that had haunted him for so long. He smiled to himself, thinking that at least this night, one that had begun with so much heaviness, had ended with an unexpected spark of relief and hope. With that thought, he started the engine and drove off into the night, letting himself believe that maybe, just maybe, there was still something good waiting for him too. Back inside the house, Minsu's father sat alone in a quiet room, staring at the envelope Wubin had given him. The weight of it rested heavy in his hands. His wife entered the room, stopping when she saw him sitting there so lost in thought. She asked if he was all right and told him she had been searching for him everywhere. Her eyes drifted to the envelope he held, and she gently asked what it was. He stood up and wrapped his arms around her, trying to ground himself in the warmth of her presence. He smiled softly, telling her that it had been a good day. Their daughter was now a grown woman. Her dream of becoming a lawyer had finally come true. She had her own family, and she was truly happy. His wife looked at him with the same warmth and agreed that they had done well, raising a daughter any parent would be proud of. But noticing the worry in his eyes, she asked why he still seemed troubled on such a joyful day. Holding her hands, he admitted that he had always wondered why Minsu never asked about her real parents, where she truly came from. He confessed that it was normal for an adopted child, especially one who looked different, to be curious about their origins. Yet Minsu had never once brought it up, not even hinted at wanting to know. His wife squeezed his hands and reminded him that it was because they had never made her feel like she was anything but their own. They loved her deeply, as if she were their own flesh and blood, and because of that, she had never needed to question where she belonged. He sighed and nodded, admitting she was probably right. But he confessed that a small part of him feared that if Minsu ever did start looking for her biological family, she might drift away from them. The thought alone broke his heart. Her silence about her past had always brought him quiet comfort, proof that she wouldn't leave them behind. His wife, hearing the sadness in his voice, gently scolded him for saying such heavy things on a day that should be filled with nothing but pride. She told him that Minsu was their daughter through and through, that she loved them, and she would never abandon them for anyone else. She urged him not to plant such worries in his heart. Taking a deep breath, he looked at her and explained what was weighing him down. He revealed that Wubin had come to him earlier and shared something unexpected. He had found Minsu's biological sister. Every detail was inside the envelope he was holding.